think they're ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
All right. Paranormal Banter.
No, he doesn't have laryngitis, and he's just doing, he's just kind of playing with kind of sound effects to do different intros to different things. I hope you guys listen to the latest podcast on Frankenstein. I really love that topic. We had, he was going to use some kind of an effect from the podcast on that. So future videos, future podcasts. Today we're talking about paranormal banter, and you're probably saying, what the heck is she talking about? Banter. Well, banter is just another word or a slang word for conversation, just having topics coming out of your mouth off the fly. So today we're going to be talking to you about paranormal, different topics, different things that a lot of you may have had questions for us in the past, and a lot of people that we meet out there in the real world always asks these generalized questions. So we're sort of going to start off today with, again, thank you for everybody that tunes into the video. Please subscribe, share, and most importantly, click the like button. Let us know that you like the videos, and most of the videos you can actually comment, so please do a comment on what you like, what you don't like, what you want us to talk about. So we're super stoked, very, very excited. Today is Tuesday, but Friday, folks, we are going to have an event in Bryan. We're really excited about this.
The Revolution Cafe
and Bar, downtown historic Bryan,
Revolution
Texas,
Cafe.
Between 6 and 11 p.m.
Revolution Cafe. Revolution Cafe.
Very, oh yes, dear. Very, very small window of time that will give you an opportunity to meet us up close and personal. I will be doing rune readings, and I have to tell you folks, I'm going to be brutally honest here, that the last time that we had an event in Texas where I did rune readings, we had to turn so many people away that were disappointed, that couldn't wait. Get there early, and the rune readings are going to be 15 minutes for $20, and like I said, get there early. And if you get turned away, we will be taking appointments. You can check out, send an email. He's going to give you the email, Addie, that you can send us an email.
World Paranormal Research Society at gmail.com.
And just in case he said that too fast for you, we will repeat it at the end of the
World
video.
Paranormal Research Society at gmail.com.
He's all hyped up, so you really got to give him gold stars for his enthusiasm. I don't know if the hat is too tight on his head, but anyways, he's gold stars for enthusiasm. So again, Revolutions Cafe and Bar, historic downtown Bryan, Texas.
Revolution Cafe
and Bar.
Right.
It'll be March 9th, Friday, between 6 and 11. We'll be offering rune readings. We will have some of our books, very limited supply in our books. I have to warn you about that too. So come early to get your copy. Timothy will be signing his books. We will have autographed pictures that you can have. You can ask us, or more importantly, you can ask him paranormal related questions about some of our investigations. If you've seen our videos, you may have questions about some of the locations. So
Room 118.
We've done a lot of investigations that are high profile.
Room 118.
Yes, sweetheart. We've done a lot of high-profile locations in the Texas area, and we're going to be doing more high-profile locations in the area. If you know of a location that you think we should be doing, tell us then. Drop us a line. Have a chat with us. I will be more focused on doing the rune readings because I really won't have time, because usually we have lineup of people, and like I said, between 6 and 11 time is just going to, time flies when you're having fun. So get there early, please, please, please. And
you know what? I think we should read their menu a little bit too, because they're having specials. It's not just a bar where you as you think that you just go hang out and drink beer. They actually have food specials, right?
That's right. And during the week they even have a quiz night. They actually do poetry readings there. So they do a lot. Love and horror.
Love and horror. My poetry book. Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com. Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com.
If you
Love and horror.
If you like
Timothy, Mark.
if you like dark, very erotic, gothic, sensual poetry, that's the book for you. And you know, we have books that cover all genre, every taste. You know, my books, I have the blood. I won't have any copies there, but certainly you can order the Goat Man, the Blood Countess. The newest one that we're donating part proceeds to
Hairy Men.
the allure
Hairy
of
Men.
hairy men. Part
hairy
proceeds will
men.
be donated to the awareness of men's health problems and health issues. And I just want to go into a little thing also as well.
Hairy Men benefits men's health. So why don't you purchase your copy? Go on Amazon.com. Hairy Men by Alexandria Anthony, and there you go.
You're purchasing a very visually stimulating book that, you know, would be a great coffee table book for a hair salon that sells beard products, any kind of hair place. Really awesome. You could use it as a fundraiser, and you know, you could do your own proceeds to the awareness of men's health issues. So, you know, some people have been
So what's that you got in your hand?
I have very limited quantities of red brick dust from New Orleans, and it is a very special concoction. We're not going to tell you what's in there. It's been blessed. It's gone through a whole magical ritual. So this just simply isn't smashed up red brick dust. And if you've ever seen the Skeleton Key, the movie, you will know exactly what red brick dust does. And we'll be selling, we've got so few of these at the event. So you know what we're selling them for, what again?
$30 a bottle.
Very limited, and you can see, and it's in a beautiful glass mason jar.
Be honest with you, we may sell out of them today because we have somebody coming by that's interested in purchasing some products. So we don't even know if we're going to have those at the event or not.
That, you know, we, like I said, you will see that there's stuff that's mixed in it. We're not going to mention what's mixed in it, but these folks are the real deal. This is from New Orleans. We were there.
What you doing over there?
In 2016.
I'm talking to them.
Oh.
Well, what are they doing over there?
I don't know. Who do you see?
No, the people that's watching us.
I
can
don't know.
see them.
Can you?
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, well, that is kind of weird.
That's kind of strange. I can see them.
Maybe I put too much, you know what? Maybe I put too much red brick dust all over him this morning when I was getting him ready for the video. I don't know.
Actually, talk about last night with the, you keep waking me up last night because of a spirit.
Okay, some of you may or may not know this, but I was born with the ability to see energy, see spirits, see dead people. So I always consider it a very important gift, but it's also a curse in a manner of speaking, because it can be very destructive in your life if you don't know how to manage it. And last night, this individual, I'm not going to name the individual, was coming to me and wanting to give me messages. This particular male entity has come to me several times before. I think it really started with him in December of 2017, where he wants to tell me something, and he wants to relay message, and I really think it's an unsolved crime. That's the way I take it. And last night, like I said, he was making himself known to me, and it was just very disturbing, because I had my phone beside us at the bed. We were going to use it as the alarm clock. And what time was it specifically? What was the time? Do you recall?
11:47. 11:47.
It was 11:47 p.m. and all of a sudden my phone was actually acting like a projector on the ceiling, and I have never seen my phone do that before. And the blue light was blinking, and I don't know how long it had been going on for, but it actually woke me up. And it was just like, you're having a projection on the wall. That's how bright it was. And I woke Timothy up, and what did you say the numbers added up to? The significance of the 11:47? Because I was half asleep. You said 13, wasn't it? You told me it added up to 13. But this particular individual, the more that he makes himself known to me, the more powerful he is becoming. And
4 plus 7 is 11. and then the 2 1s, it equals 13.
Okay, well, some of us, we're so used to using calculators these days that, I mean, I don't even, I'd have to, it's still morning here. I've only had 1 cup of coffee, so to get my brain jump started, that can be a stretch, and we won't delve into that because Timothy has his own comments on that, but this is Paranormal Banter. We're not going to talk about brain power. We actually talked about brains in Frankenstein in the podcast, so please listen to the podcast. We were going to be doing another podcast on another exciting topic. I'm not going to spoil it right now, but it's going to be very, very exciting. We're hoping to have many guests join us in the coming shows. We're just waiting for confirmation on these particular guests. But this particular entity, actually, I had a hard time actually pushing him or shutting him off last night because at one point he was actually giving me this sensation of having blood in my mouth. So his appearance is very horrific, and then the sensation of me tasting blood. So it was becoming so overpowering that I just actually had to envision myself in a white force field to actually push him to the side. He didn't actually leave our command post here. He actually was pushed out of their bedroom, and I know that I woke up several times after that. He was sitting on the couch.
She kept waking me up because she wanted us to do a paranormal investigation. Now, when I'm asleep, I do not want to get up and do a paranormal investigation. So I do not care about the spirits that linger around us.
And we know that there are spirits in here. If you watched the brief excerpt of our travel trailer is haunted, you've seen all the orbs coming out of that bedroom. So there are entities, and this individual is one of them. And like I said, his strength is growing more and more. And today I said to Timothy, I really have to do a protection ritual. I have to get myself prepared for Friday's event. And this individual is getting more powerful. And I really can't, as an empath, I'm an empath, I have to protect myself because these energy people, they can actually become psychic vampires, and he can actually consume my energy. And I woke up this morning feeling nauseated, so that was a good indication to me that he had taken some of my energy yesterday to wake up to feel not really drained, but I felt almost sick to my stomach and I felt nauseated. So that sort of signaled to me, okay, get it together, chick, you better start doing your preparation, your magical circle, what have you. I'm also going to do a reading for myself to see if I can find more out about this individual. And now that we're talking about protection too, we will in the very near future, we will have sage. This is a bag of sage. We use sage in all of our investigations. We use sage in
for
our surroundings, cleansing. This particular sage in this one bag here is so highly charged. It has 2 types of sage, and it also has been saturated in Florida water, so it is highly potent for protection and for cleansing. And all of you know, if you're aware of the process of saging, smudging, you should really do this once a week in your home. And sage yourself as well, and it's a good way to keep negative spirits, negative energy away from you and your home, to keep a peaceful environment. And something else that I like to use too, I use crystals, I use gemstones. This is actually an amethyst spear on quartz, so a very beautiful piece. All of my crystals have actually been charged under full moon, and I also charge them in the sunlight. So these have had several processes of purification and cleansing. And we all know that if you go to your local gemstone or your crystal shop, prior to you using them, you have to cleanse them, because in all these shops, you don't know how many people have touched these. Oh, look at the beautiful amethyst, look at the beautiful stone. You have so many people's energies on these crystals and gemstones. You really must cleanse them prior to welcome them into your magical space, your altar, and your home. And as we know, amethyst is very powerful, and the Greeks and the Romans actually used amethyst they said, to prevent drunkenness. A lot of times I've had a smaller piece of amethyst I keep in my pocket as protection and for health wise. And also this gentleman here goes with me quite a bit. This is a moonstone crystal carved skull, very, very potent. And as you know, my sign is the moon and is very sacred to werewolves. But look at the beautiful rainbow moonstone carved skull. Very, very beautiful. As we know, crystal skulls are very potent magically to have on your altar. He goes with me in a drawstring pouch. I also have a different piece of moonstone, but this one, since it is in the form of a skull, and if you put it in the sun, it's got beautiful rainbow color, and he's been blessed in the sun as well. So what we're really trying to get across to you is that since this is a lifestyle for us, this is not a job or a fad or a hobby. These are some of the tools in our paranormal, I call it a paranormal tickle trunk, or a little tickle trunk of horrors. We all have our own tools that we feel comfortable in using, and I always stress that prior to doing any kind of magical or work of spirit, you have to prepare yourself, protect yourself, envision yourself in a magical white light, meditate, ground yourself, and just surround yourself in a force field of positive energy. And as the saying goes, what you put into the universe.
I'm envisioning myself at the end of this video and it being over. This video.
Why is that?
Because I just feel like it is too long now. But we'll keep going.
Wow, talk about positive energy, folks.
I got positive energy.
I don't know. Maybe I should sage him. I think, you know what? I forgot to sage him this morning. That's the problem. But you know what? What you put out into the universe will come back to you tenfold. So if you want to be grumpy, miserable, be a bitch, that's what you're going to invite into your personal space.
Yeah,
and this right here is considered your personal space. And you know what? What you put into your personal space, it's all up to you, folks. You carry the power to be positive. You carry the power to be negative. So, we all have shit that is happening in our personal lives, our everyday life. Nobody has a perfect life. And if they say they have a perfect life,
some people handle it in a negative things in a bipolar way.
Okay, people vent. That's their way. They figured, okay, I'm going through shit. I want everybody else to feel my pain, but not realizing that it's very, very destructive. And you're never going to get out of that rut if you just surround yourself with misery and sorrow. I mean, you're really in charge of your psychic armor. We call it a spiritual psychic armor, and I know you've heard the term spiritual warrior. It's up to you if you want to be a warrior that is victorious, or if you're a warrior that has been defeated and tromped on over and over again. So we just give you a little bit of, this is Paranormal Banter. I'm going to be having a book coming out. Should I say the name or not? Hello? I have 2 books that I'm waiting. Actually, 2 books that are ready to rock and roll.
I got 10 years experience in the paranormal field, and she has 30. There's people out there that are just starting up. How in the fuck can you help anybody?
Yeah, but they're hobbyists.
Yeah, they're hobbyists.
That's a hobby. I mean, we have people that don't have equipment, and they're ghost hunters. How can you be a ghost hunter or a paranormal?
There's nothing wrong with being a hobbyist or enjoying to do it for fun, but the question I ask is, all these new people out here who is throwing up titles or companies, and there's only one World Paranormal Research Society, that's us, throwing up titles or companies, how can you help anybody? You don't know enough yet.
Well, I mean, it all comes with experience, knowledge, and again, I always say in our podcast, pick up a bloody book, folks. Get off the internet, get away from social media, because the internet will tell you exactly what you want to hear. It may not be the right answer. Pick up a book, go to a library, go to a rare bookstore. Like, I mean, I have so many copies of different rare books that I just become a sponge. I mean, let's face it, at age 10, I read the Egyptian Book of the Dead from cover to cover, and I was fascinated with the possibilities. Don't limit your possibilities by becoming very, very narrow-minded. I mean, a lot of you go to church, you have different places of worship. A lot of us worship nature and the universe, and I mean...
And at age 10, I read Spider-Man from cover to cover.
Well, that's a super action hero. I mean, he was a mythical
But I also
creature.
read the Bible. I was reading the Bible from the time I was 7 pretty regularly. So
Well, that's pretty... I'm very...
all the way up to today,
I'm very impressed with that, because you're here, you're speaking. Actually, when I was a child, I was in catechism, and maybe you don't know what catechism is, but I went to a Ukrainian Catholic church, and in my father's faith, we went to catechism. And
well, back in your time when you was going to the Catholic Church, you would take probably a Bible and other things, right?
Right.
In today's Catholic Church, the kids would have to take like Lubin oils and things of that nature.
Okay, but what I'm trying to tell the audience is
Yeah.
that I was an individual because at such a young age I was seeking knowledge, I was asking questions, and actually the priest actually told me not to come back because I was very...
Because you was not a young boy.
No, I was disruptive. I was always asking why,
Yeah.
how, why. I always wanted to know what answers were, and you know, the priests at the time just wanted to force feed you the information. Don't ask questions. This is the way it is. Well, no, this is not the way it is, and I got kicked out.
Ask questions.
Seek knowledge.
Seek
Knowledge
God.
is
Seek God.
power.
Seek God.
The
Seek
power,
God.
folks, believe me or not, is in the Word. And whether you're speaking about God's Word, as we know, spellcasters, the power really, truly is indeed in the Word.
So that's probably pretty much it, right? We just
And
come
banter,
out here.
and banter is word too. Banter is another name for conversation, having a topic. We're just being kind of off the cuff, and that's how we do all of our podcasts.
Really just wanted y'all to know that we will be at the Revolution Cafe,
Downtown
Bryan.
historic Bryan, Texas. It's actually called Carnegie Alley in Bryan, Texas. We're March 9th.
This Friday.
6 to 11 p.m. We're going to have limited quantity of books, limited quantities of autographed pictures. We're going to have, I don't even know if we're going to have any of this stuff left.
We got a lady
brick
come by
dust.
today that wants some of this stuff, so we don't even know if she's going to buy us out or not. So there you go.
And like I said, we're working on getting our stock up, but you have to understand that these products are just not any kind of red bricks that we smash up. It has to go through a whole magical ritual process.
We got it's one, where they come from, and two, it's got other stuff in it besides red brick dust.
So you know what? Check out our books. I have The Blood Countess on Amazon.com. I have the Goat Man on Amazon.com. I have The Allure of Hairy Men on Amazon.com. I actually have Cuthbert Grant Jr. as well, the Métis legend, and then I will have two the Magic of Seven, the number 7. People, get your hands on that book, because it'll give you a whole different spin on the magic of 7 through biblical times to now. And I have actually 2 other books that will knock you to the ground, just waiting to come out.
Go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNobles.com and purchase our books today.
And they may not know that too, that we actually, on Facebook, we have World Paranormal Research Society on Facebook. Check us out.
Yeah,
and
group
the YouTube
page.
channel. Yeah,
It's
we have a group page. We've got over 200 and some members on there. That's
Yeah.
quite a few. And I'm on Twitter. You can check. I do post our videos on Twitter, our podcasts on Twitter as well. So you know what, we've got all this psychic paranormal energy that we're wanting to release prior to Friday. So that's why we wanted to have this paranormal banter show, just to kind of get out our energy and let everybody know that we're having an event.
Can we just wrap this video?
Go right ahead.
All right, later.